Once upon a time, there lived a young man whose mind was constantly restless. Countless thoughts rushed through his head day and night, leaving him troubled and uneasy. No matter what he did, his mind refused to stay calm. He longed for peace, for a way to quiet the noise within him. One day, during his wandering, he came across a wise old man. With hope in his eyes, the young man approached him and said, "Sir, my mind is always disturbed. Thoughts crowd my head all the time, and I cannot find peace. Please show me a way to calm myself." The old man studied him with kindness and replied gently, "My friend, the path to calming your mind begins with meditation. If you practice it daily, your mind will slowly find stillness." The young man frowned slightly and said, "But master, I cannot meditate. Each time I try, my mind becomes even more restless. So many thoughts flood me, many of them dark and heavy. They make me feel uneasy, and I cannot continue." The wise man placed a reassuring hand on his shoulder. "Do not worry. What you are experiencing is normal in the beginning. With time and practice, meditation will guide your mind toward peace. You must not give up." Still doubtful, the young man sighed. "Meditation feels very hard for me. Please, master, give me a mantra to help calm my mind." Seeing his sincere struggle, the old man nodded. "Very well. If a mantra is what you want, I shall give you one. Recite it daily with faith." He leaned close and whispered the sacred words into the young man's ear. The young man's face brightened. "Thank you, wise master. I will repeat it every day." But as he turned to leave, the old man added with a serious tone, "Remember one thing. While chanting this mantra, do not think of a monkey. If you do, it will not work." The young man laughed at the strange warning. "Why would I think of a monkey? I have never thought of monkeys in my life." With that, he left happily. That evening, he sat cross-legged in his room, ready to repeat the mantra. But as soon as he remembered the old man's words, "Don't think of a monkey," his mind immediately filled with images of monkeys. He tried to push them away, but the harder he resisted, the stronger they became. Everywhere in his imagination monkeys danced, chattered, and leapt around. Frustrated, he muttered, "Why did the old man say that? Now I cannot stop thinking of monkeys." He bathed, changed into clean clothes, and sat again to recite. But the monkeys would not leave. This time, he even began to see them in the faces of his family members. His mind was in chaos, and by morning, he felt on the edge of madness. The next day, he rushed back to the old man. Out of breath, he cried, "Master, what have you done to me? I had never thought of monkeys before, but now they plague my every thought. Please help me." The old man listened patiently. Then he said calmly, "Relax, my son. Stop reciting the mantra for now." The young man obeyed, sitting in silence. To his amazement, the monkeys in his mind vanished at once. His head felt clear again, as if nothing had happened. The old man smiled knowingly. "You see, my friend, this was the lesson I wanted to teach you. Never fight against your thoughts. The more you resist them, the stronger they become. Just like pressing down on a spring only makes it bounce higher. If you try to control your mind forcefully, it will rebel. Instead, you must watch your thoughts, calmly, without clinging to them." The young man nodded, beginning to grasp the meaning. The wise man went on. "When people begin meditation, they often feel overwhelmed by even more thoughts. This is because old feelings and memories rise to the surface. It is like cleaning a room that has long been neglected. The dirt and dust show themselves first. That is why patience is needed. Do not fear the mess. Just watch and allow it to pass." "But master," the young man asked, "what if it becomes too difficult?" The old man replied with steady warmth, "It only requires practice. Day by day, as you meditate, you will learn to observe without resistance. Slowly, the chaos will settle. Peace will come naturally." He then added, "Experts say the human mind generates tens of thousands of thoughts each day. To try to stop them is useless. In fact, the more you try to avoid a thought, the more energy you give it. This is why the monkey came to haunt you. It was not the monkey but your struggle against it." The young man listened intently, realizing the wisdom hidden in his experience. "Remember," the old man continued, "you do not need to silence your thoughts. Simply notice them, let them pass like clouds in the sky. Over time, as you continue meditating, the clutter will clear, and your mind will grow calmer. Patience and practice are the key. The young man bowed deeply, his heart lighter than before. He finally understood that the goal was not to fight against his mind, but to observe it. With renewed determination, he left the old man's home, ready to begin again. Though he knew the path would not be easy, he was no longer afraid. For the first time, he felt hopeful, believing that with patience he would find the calm he had been searching for.